morning, you guys. I have got a haul for you today, and I've got a lot of SPFs. I bought a lot of skincare looking at this, and some makeup, and one measly little hair care item to tell you about. I'm filming on my iPhone today, and the only reason I'm doing that is because I looked terrible in the other camera. So I'm going to assume that this is more the real me, because it's not. It's a bit more, it looks airbrushed. Somebody told me there's already a filter on iPhone, because I don't add a filter on, but like looking there and looking there, I've still got bags and under eye circles and all the rest of it, but it doesn't look quite as bad. Let's get stuck in, because I've got some good items. I found some really nice items, and I've got some not so good items. The first thing to show you is this. This is a blush called, well, by SAEI. SAEI, I don't know how to pronounce that. That's what it looks like. Looks really pretty. I love the packaging, but this is just okay. The colour is Mia. It's a little bit, you put it on and there's too much pigment, I feel like. And I don't like blushes like that, because I'm too heavy-handed already. So I need, like, my perfect match is something that doesn't have too much powder, and then it doesn't end up looking patchy on me. And this one does look patchy, and I then have to blend it out. Whereas all the blushes I own and love don't look patchy at all. So this one is a fail. Then I bought another blush. Do you remember I showed you the Suqqu blush that I bought and loved, and it was in exactly the same packaging? I bought another one in a different colour. I loved it so much. It's got a mirror in it, so I'm going to cover that up. It's got its own brush in it, which I also love, because I do have a kind of peachy blush by Clinique that I have kept, Innocent Peach I think it's called, and I love it. I don't use it on days when I'm filming and talk about it because it's not cruelty free, but this one reminds me of that, you know. And in fact the packaging is nicer because it's sleeker, it's thinner, and I love that. And also this is easy to open. Some of these blush things are really difficult. This is a magnetic closing, so much easier. And like I said, lovely brushing, and a lovely soft brush, you know, that just feels a pleasure to use. So I had 04, and that's the one I loved, and this is 02, and so it's more of a peachy colour, but it's a little bit too light. I certainly can't use this colour, and this colour, it's nice, but it's not as nice as the pink one. I'm not as in love with this one as the pink one. This one's got a bit of sparkle in it as well, only a tiny bit, but I do still love. I'm definitely going to keep it and still use it. Then I bought another one of those cloud-like powders. Do you remember I showed you this powder from Morphe? I bought the light one, I don't know the name of it, I can't remember the name now. This one is Sunrise, and there's one above this and then two below this. So I bought the one above this. I wasn't sure how it was going to work for me, but I actually really like it. It's the first sort of luminous type of powder I've ever used that I like, because you put it on and it does seem to mattify the areas that are shiny, but then give light to the areas that I want it to. So I was really enjoying it. But I did notice when I put it on my nose, it seemed a bit light. There was a little bit of pinkness there, and I was like, let me see what the colour down is like, and that was this. Now I used this all over my face and it was a disaster. This is definitely, once you mix it all together, I've never tried it like this, but yeah, it doesn't look too dark there, but I guess, I don't know, that's the colour there, Sunrise. But instead I've been using it as a bronzer. It doesn't look at all like a bronzer there. But it does add a little bit of colour. So I don't know whether this is going to be a favour or a fail. I'm not sure yet, but I'm enjoying trying it, because I do really like the lighter one, the cloud-like powder. Then I bought two quads from Vieve. These were a bit of an impulse purchase, and when I looked at them, after looking at them, I was like, why did I buy these? Because the colours are not particularly me. I don't know that I'm going to use all the colours in the quad. Anyway, I just wanted to try the quality of the shadows, I guess. So the first one I bought is called Lure, and it looks like this. Now this is described as, I think they use the word mauvey or purpley or something, and I was like, even looking at swatches before, I was like, I don't understand. It looks more sort of pinky to me, a sort of pinky browns, and these two actually look very, very similar, and I wish there was something a bit more neutral in here. So I've tried it. You can see that I've used that shadow. I don't actually remember what I thought, to be honest. I've not used them too much. I ended up putting them back in my rotation, so I need to try them again. Let's give you a little swatch. They are really, really nice quality shadows, but I think just for me, the colours are not sort of versatile enough. They're a little bit too dark, I would say. And it's the same with the other ones. This one is Lure, and then this one is Terra, which I guess Earth. And I like this one better. This is all mattes. I love that colour. That's really nice. It's not, I was hoping it was going to be a nice creamy colour, but it's not. Yeah, it's not creamy at all. It's a little bit yellow, I suppose, but I don't mind that. And I like that colour. But I wish out of these two, one was lighter. You know, I think they're both too dark. I don't think I'd use this sort of rusty one. But I need to play with them a bit more. And so far, the quality is really nice. Then I bought another eyeshadow palette. I bought the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. I wasn't sure about this. One of you guys actually told me about this. Let me put this piece of tissue over the mirror so I can show you. Now, you might be like, oh, there's a whole bunch of eyeshadows missing. Yes, there is. There's 6 missing. I've had a right good play with this because I got it, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. And do you remember I said what I love about the Natasha Denona palettes is on the back, you've got that little hole and you can just stick a pin in it and the eyeshadow easily comes out. So I can mix and match between all my Natasha Denona palettes. There was a couple where I liked a couple of the eyeshadows and I had put them in my boxes of makeup that I don't want anymore. And I got them all out again because I was so excited that you can mix and match a palette. I think that's absolutely brilliant. So when I saw this palette, I wasn't sure whether I was going to love it, but I didn't mind because I was like, do you know what? I can take the shadows out and put them in my other palettes and I can mix and match, and I love that. I also don't mind buying a palette that I might end up not using many of the shadows because I feel like, or even any, if I end up, you know, giving it away, because I know it's expensive, but I was thinking about it and I was like, it's for the experience of using it. The same as you would pay now £60 to go to a makeup artist, say at a MAC counter, and have them do your makeup. I would imagine it's £60 now. It was £40 when I had it done for my wedding, and that was 12 years ago. So yeah, I don't mind that. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you that. Why am I telling you that? Talk about the palette, Kaz. Okay, so the colours left are the ones that I have really been enjoying, and I need to go back in and try these again. I'm saying enjoying. I haven't actually used that middle one. I'm not sure what to do with that, but I don't dislike it as a colour. So I'm left with mostly mattes and then these two kind of peachy colours that I like at the end here. Yeah, it's not one that I'm going to give away. I've got more playing around to do. I enjoyed what I've used, but there's nothing like wow about it so far. That is all the makeup, is it? That's all the makeup. Let me show you my one random hair care item. It's this K18 Astrolift Reparative Volume Spray. I used this on dry hair and it didn't do much for me at all. I used it on wet hair and it does give some volume, which I like. I was surprised actually. I was like, oh, this is unlikely to give me volume, because it seems to be, well, it says it's a reparative volume spray. So it's a volume spray that also helps repair your hair. Now, I did try the K18 mask and it did nothing for my hair. It was a year or so ago, and I do have a friend that absolutely loves the K18 mask and has since bought this and said that she tried it in the shop, and I think she said it was really good, and so she bought it. So it obviously depends on your hair, because she colours her hair. I haven't coloured my hair for many years, and even then I was only ever using like the wash in wash out things. I've never permanently dyed my hair, and I think that it works the best on that kind of damaged hair. I do feel like my hair is thinning and dry and whatnot, you know, so I'm not really buying it for the reparative part, though. I was buying it for the volume spray part. So yeah, I used it yesterday and I did feel like my hair had a lot of sort of bounce and volume after using it, and it wasn't sticky at all. So yeah, I need to use it more, but so far so good. And before I go on to skincare, let me show you these two. Though this one is kind of skincare, both of them are. This is the Allies of Skin Lip Balm. I buy so many lip balms. Oh, I've not got much left of that, but I'm going to buy this one again because I really enjoy it. And out of all of the lip balms that I've got, which I would say I've probably got 15 floating around here, because I know I've got 4 in, I've got a little drawer in my coffee table, and there's 4 in my little pot in there, and then I've got 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the bedroom, several in here in my pot over here. I've got, you know how I love the Burt's Bees salted caramel flavour ones. Anyway, they're everywhere, absolutely everywhere, because my lips are always dry. But this Allies of Skin one is a peptide and ceramide repair lip balm, and it's one of the few that I find when I use it, I'm not reaching for it again in 5 minutes. It seems to last long and it feels really, really lovely going on the skin. So I thought I'd tell you about that. And then I bought this, like I said, it is kind of skincare, isn't it? Because this is the Tropez Sunlit Skin Bronzing Tint Plus Tan, Self Tan. Do you know, it's not telling you about the fact that it's a 3-hour developing thing. Oh, it does say on it Self Tan Express, but I'm sure I read, and this is how I did it anyway, that you could put it on for 3 hours and then take it off. So there is a colour to this, you know, when you put it on. I don't know how this is different than the other ones, other than this is a Face Express one maybe. But it's a very dark colour. So if I use this again, I've only used it once, but if I use it again, I'm going to put it on for an hour and then wipe it off, because it was very, very dark on me. And I think it just looks bizarre, because, you know, somebody with my colouring would never be that dark. But I did like it. I really, really like Tropez products, I have to say. For self-tan, you can't beat them. Is that it? Yeah, everything else is skincare. So much skincare. Right, let me put all the SPFs together. And I'll tell you about the non-SPFs. I bought the A Game at 0.2% Retinal. So this is a high percentage Retinal. Their highest percentage, they do 0.05 and 0.1%, and now this 0.2%. So I was right on that. I'm actually wanting to use this as an eye cream. I don't mind, you know, using it down here, but I don't love using any kind of retinoid products because they always, I feel like, make me look older. I should talk about this in another video and just tell you that this is really good, and I can definitely see that it's working because I'm getting sort of dry flaky patches on my eyelids. So I have used it around here and I feel like it looks a bit worse under here, which does seem to happen to me with retinoid products. But I'm going to persevere. I'm just going to use it less. And I do love Geek and Gorgeous products. I did buy another product. I found it. I haven't tested it much, but I bought another Geek and Gorgeous product, this hydration station, 5% glycerin, 1% ectoin. I think because I had other things to use, which I've got here, I used it once, as I always do, and was like, yep, I like that. I'll put that in, you know, in the drawer and start using it when I run out of whatever else I'm trying. So that's that. I don't know how that helps you, but I think it's a gel cream. Yeah, gel cream. It's lovely, but I love glycerin as an ingredient for dry skin. That really works well for me. I need to do something serious about my neck, because my neck is starting to look like, I've always had lines on my neck, but it's now starting to look crepey, and I always dreaded that. So I'm sort of really interested in things that have got a high hydration level, and glycerin works well for me. So I'm looking forward to start using that on my neck. What I'm currently using are these two items. This is I don't know, oh, that seems to have rubbed off. There's a word above there, but it's bifida ampule. And this is by ISNTree, is that how you say them? ISNTree. I can't even remember where I bought this. I might have got it from Amazon, I'm not sure. But this is my second purchase of this. It's a serum. It feels a bit oily. I love the feeling of this. It's really, really nice. Really, really unusual. And I just remember the last time I had this, I used it all up, and I remember, oh, it feels lovely. It feels really nice going on. I just remember thinking it worked really well on my neck. Like, it was one of those that I used and I would feel like my neck was really dry instantly, almost, after any other product. But when I used this, I would notice through the day that even now, like, did I use this morning? Yes, I did. And I brought it through. Even now, like, my neck still feels moisturised. So I've got high hopes for this on my neck. In fact, these two together would be fantastic. So love that. I will link it for you, of course. I'll find out where I got it and link it for you. Then I got this from the Inkey list. Bioactive Ceramide Repairing and Plumping Moisturiser. This might go down in history as one of the only products I love from the Inkey. I was thinking there because they did an oily makeup remover that was made from buckthorn oil and something else, and it was half and half, and I loved that. If I'd have known they were going to discontinue it, I would have repurchased it. I would have bought a whole bunch of bottles because I loved it. But I haven't historically loved many things from the Inkey list, but this I actually do love. So again, it's a bioactive ceramide repairing and plumping moisturiser. I've been using it as my night cream. I've used a lot of it, as you can see. I used to be really bothered about things that were in a tub like this, but it was more because when I had acne prone skin, you know, I was really, really aware of bacteria and, you know, putting my fingers constantly in something. I'm not as bothered anymore. But this, one of the reasons I love it is because it reminds me of if ever you've used Astral moisturiser, so only some of you will remember this. I'm sure it's blue. I'm sure it's in a blue tin. But also Nivea, actually, the little Nivea pot as well. It's a bit like that. And I dip my finger in it and I'm like, memories of my nan. So that helps, you know, I've already got a connection to it before I've even started using it. But that's exactly what it felt like. And then when I first put it on, I was like, yeah, it kind of feels like it going on as well. But it's minus that thick, greasy feeling. It just feels really nice. So I am, see already there's a little black mark in there. It's the first time I've seen that happen. A little black something. I am loving this, really loving it. Now, how much moisturising it's doing, I don't know. I certainly haven't been left with tight feeling skin. When I have tried it using just this, I don't have tight feeling skin. It does feel lovely. It sinks in nicely. But I haven't looked into this much. Let me know if you want a full review on this. I might review it. It'd be quite interesting to see the whole bioactive ceramide part of this. It's nice to see something that isn't hyaluronic acid for a change, because I don't get on with that. Watch, I'll look at the ingredients and that'll be one of the ingredients. Oops, sorry. Okay, the last four items are sunscreen, and I've already showed you one that I've reviewed, haven't I? I've done the number 7 one, and I've just done the ultraviolet mineral one. Somebody in that video asked me if I've reviewed the ultraviolet. Now, what did they call it? It's called Lean Screen in the UK, and it's called something different over there. Something else screen, you know, but I have done a video reviewing 4 other of the ultraviolet sunscreens, not this one and not the mineral ones. I've done 4, I think Lean Screen, Queen Screen, Clean Screen. There's 4 in with names like that, you know. But this is the ultraviolet Fave Fluid ultralight skin screen SPF 50, and you can hear this is as fluidy as, remember I was showing you the other one and how fluidy it was. Oh yeah, this is as fluidy. And I dropped the other one on my cushion, didn't I? And it's a tinted one. Is it that one? I'm sure it was. But this one's got a sunscreen smell. The other one, the mineral one, doesn't. So I think I've already done my notes for this. So I will probably be reviewing this soon. I love it. I do love fluids like this though. Historically, I have loved bottles of fluid like that. So yeah, I've tried that one. I've tried all of these actually. This one is the Beauty of Josean. And this, do you remember I have used one? It was by this brand in the exact same tube, but this one is Aqua something. Relief Sun Aqua Fresh Rice Plus B5. And so this is what it looks like. So it's more of a cream, but it is exactly what it says. It does feel really, really fresh going on. It feels really fresh, sinks in nicely. Again, I'm hoping to review these if health allows. I touch wood. The other one that this is the one I think I'd like to review first, because I think you guys might be the most interested in. It's Naked Sundays, and this one is called Cabana Clear Water Gel Serum, and it's at the SPF 50. And this one comes out looking a bit odd colour. But this is another one that is like a gel-like texture, and it does sort of almost instantly mattify, and I need to test this out a bit more to see if my skin feels dry or not. I haven't noticed it specifically, and also to see if it pills, because there is one that I was using. What was it now? It wasn't the number 7 one. There's one I was using that I did notice and it started to pill. Oh, the Fenty one. The Fenty one, if I put other products underneath it, pilled. I suppose you could say it was the other products, but you know. Anyway, this Naked Sundays one, so far so good. I need to test it a little bit more. And then I got this one by Summer Fridays. This is the Shade Drops Mineral Milk Sunscreen. This is only SPF 30. I don't know why they've called this Shade Drops, because to me that would suggest, this one isn't as liquid as that other mineral one. It would suggest that you have a choice of shades, if you know what I mean. And I don't think there is a shade choice. I don't remember choosing anything. Anyway, that's the colour it is, and there's not much colour in it. You know, when you rub it in, it's like, oh, okay, so it's not really, there's no shade to it. This is not really tinted. If you're looking for any kind of tint, this is not actually tinted. Because remember, oh no, it's not Summer Friday. I was going to say there's a really nice one by whatever this is. What is this called? Naked Sundays? Yeah, Naked Sundays. There is that tube one that it's really quite mattifying, but it's moisturising and it is really tinted. And I do still really like that one. But this one, yeah, it's interesting. I've used it a couple of times, absolutely fine, but need to do a bit more testing. That's actually everything that I have bought. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Oh, do you know what? I have just put in an order with, I think I ordered from As Seen on Stars, ASOS. I haven't ordered from them for years, actually. But I got a little mini cleansing oil. There's nothing too exciting in it. Oh, I bought 2 of the Wonder Whip pencils. That's why I went there. You know, the Wonder Whip brow pencils. I love that colour butterscotch. I think it's much better than the NYX chocolate, which was nice but too dark, and the NYX taupe, which was just a bit too cool for me. And I've got the butterscotch colour on my eyebrows today. Now, I just think it's the perfect colour. It's so quick and easy. Nice micro pencil, you know. So I ordered 2 of those. But I also ordered, which I didn't know was coming out, the new Ordinary, I think it's called multivitamin serum or something like that. So I'm excited to try that and review that. Got quite a few exciting things to try, I think. But if you have dry skin, I would highly recommend buying some of this serum. This, I think, is going to be really good as well. The Retinal 0.2%, that is just a really nice formula, you know. These Morphe Cloud Light, I love those. There's some really nice things here. And this Inkey List cream is really nice too. So, yeah, that's everything. Let me tell you what I've got on. I have got on the Face Bond Foundation by Urban Decay in number 5. On my eyes is, it's a Lisa Eldridge cream colour. Not sure what I think of this eyeshadow look this morning. Anyway, that's what it is. Lisa Eldridge, I don't know the name, but it's one of those little tubes of liquid eyeshadow more than cream. On my cheeks is my Suqqu blush in 04. On my lips is a Stila liquid lipstick in Romanza. And that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.